it's been a minute since I made a video, and I apologize. It's the summertime. I'm gonna try to start doing more videos. I just been really busy lately, but today I'm gonna do a story time since I want to do more of those. So I'm gonna tell a story about how I almost got expelled from my first high school, which was Banneker. Okay, so let's get into this video. So okay, it started like at the end of 9th grade year, and it traveled over to 10th grade year. So 9th grade year, I have a little cousin, and he got hit by a car, and he was only 6. So I put something on Snapchat, and I was like, pray for my cousin, because he was actually fighting for his life. So he got like a big scar on the side of his head, like it's no hair right there and stuff like that, and it's still healing to this day, even though that was like a couple years ago. So I said pray for my cousin and stuff like that. So I had a friend, we're gonna name her Bianca. So at the time we was friends, and she was like, you need to stop posting all this on social media, nobody cares and stuff like that. And like, I mean, I felt as though that was very ignorant to say at that time, because all I was saying was pray for him. It's not like I posted a picture or anything like that. So when I was hanging with them, it was like about 4 of us. So the girl Bianca, me and her got into like a beef because of that, and we started arguing and stuff like that. So what is funny is, she had a friend at the time, we're gonna name her Kayla. She had a friend at the time, and we wasn't cool then, but then after that situation happened, we became cool. So her friend started coming, Kayla started coming at me like she was gonna fight me and stuff like that. And I'm not a punk. I mean, I'm not a fighter, but I ain't no punk. Like, I know how to get down, so I ain't gonna back down or nothing like that. So I'm like, okay, and stuff like that. So Monday come, she see me in the hallway, and we going back and forth, and she was like, we wasn't in this school, I swear I slap you. And I said, do it then. And she was like, we could do this after school. And I said, okay, bad. And the thing was, I was upset because it's always like I end up fighting as soon as I get my bundles put in. So like, I was like, dang. So my friend, you know, Danielle, that was in the other story time way back when we was talking about sneaking a boy in, she was like, well, if you gonna be fighting, let me, you know, do your bundles so you won't put them out or nothing like that. And I was like, okay. So then during lunch, she came up to me and she was like, it's not that serious to be fighting, so we're not gonna fight and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. So but it didn't squash the beef. Like, so something happened between Bianca and Kayla's that they started to not like each other, so they was beefing as well. So me and Kayla became friends, and we're still friends to this day. So the beef carried out through the summer. It wasn't like no beef like we kept arguing or nothing like that. It just was like we didn't like each other, so like we left each other alone. But over the summer, I don't know what happened to them, but when 10th grade started back up, it was like every time they seen one of us, they wanted to bump us like we're playing bumper cars or something. Like, it was all 4 of them. They kept going around bumping us. It was like, it was a lot of us that they didn't like, but they'd go around bumping us. So we're all coming back. Well, they never bumped me, but they bumped the rest of the people. So they was like, oh, she bumped me and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh yeah, none of them ain't bumped me, because I'm gonna say something. I don't care. So one day, it was me, Kayla, and my other friend. We're gonna name her we're gonna name her Paris. Kayla and Paris and I was walking down the sidewalk on our way to the train station. So we saw our old substitute teacher from last year. So we was like, oh hey, and Bianca and her other friends was standing right there. But Bianca was all the way on the other side, so I wasn't near her. I was near the other girl and one of her friends, and we're gonna name her Christina. So Christina, she was standing right there, and I gave him a hug, our substitute teacher a hug, and I was walking off, and she was standing in the middle of the sidewalk. So I tried to go around, and when you go to Banneker, you best believe your book bag is going to be heavy, filled with books. So that's what mine was, and it was very heavy. And she decided to, and her book bag was the same, it was heavy. So she decided to, when I was walking around, she decided to swing her book bag like that, and it hit me. So what I did was I turned around and I said, "Oh, you're excused." So she didn't say nothing, but Bianca said something. She was like, "Oh, who's she talking to?" And I said, "I'm not talking to you because you're the one that bumped me. No, I'm talking to your friend." What I name her? Christina. I'm talking to her because she want to act like she's a bumper car. So like, yeah, and then I walked off. So my friends and I was all laughing like they was stuck. They wasn't expecting nobody to say nothing to them. So then I was still upset about it. So my mom already knew about the beef and stuff like that. So I'm just going off. I was going off that whole day because that stuff like that can ruin my day. Well, not now, but like back then, I let little stuff like ruin my whole day. So that really ruined my day. So I'm like, so I go on Snapchat and I said, now if we want to keep acting like bumper cars and going around starting people and bumping people, next time you do it, you will meet God himself. I said something like that. I basically threatened to kill her, but in words. So in different words. I didn't say, "Oh, I'm going to kill you," but I said, if you keep going around acting like you're like a bumper car, you want to keep bumping people, I will help you meet God himself. So everybody was laughing and stuff like that. Y'all seen what KJ posted on Snapchat the next day and stuff like that. So like the next week happened, and this boy that we hung around, we're gonna name him James. We're gonna name him James. He was like, Christina aunt called my phone going off saying how I threatened her and all this stuff like that. So I'm like, what? So next thing you know, later on that day, we're in our last class and I get called down to the office. So I'm like, early dismissal? Or I'm like, what's going on? So I get called in the principal's office, and the principal in there, the assistant principal, and the counselor. So the thing was, the assistant principal, she was looking at me like really disappointed, like, because she was my mom's teacher and she know me. So I'm just sitting there, I'm so confused on why I'm in there. I'm not even thinking about the situation, but then I thought about it while I was in there. I said, Christina did get pulled out of class in 5th period before our last period, because we had 6 classes. So in our 5th class, she did get pulled out of class and got sent to the office. So I was like, I wasn't thinking about it until I got there. I said, oh, I already know what this about. So they was talking about how I was threatening people on social media and how I could get locked up and things like that. And I was like, I basically told them I wasn't threatening her. I promised her. Because if you're constantly messing with me, a beast is going to rise. And the beast is going to attack because you're messing with me. So I promised her that if she keeps bumping me, she's going to meet the Lord Savior himself. Sorry. So they was like, if you want to keep acting like this, we can send you to your neighborhood school because we do not tolerate any of this and things like that. So they basically threatened to expel me. I was already stressed out. I really didn't care at that point, but I was not going to no HD. I'm sorry. No, no offense to HD students, but no, I didn't want to go there. So I'm just like, okay. So they called my mother. And my mother put on this show. You know how parents be when you get in trouble at school. They want to put on this show in front of the teachers and the principal like you in trouble. But then when you get home, it's a whole nother story. Yeah, so she was basically like, I'm so disappointed. You threatened her and all this stuff like that. You didn't tell me all this and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. So I apologize. I ain't apologize to her, but I apologize to the principals for my behavior and stuff like that. So they said I could stay at the school. So then I noticed after that meeting, they wasn't bumping us anymore. Well, they wasn't bumping me. I know, well, she wasn't bumping me. The rest of them never bumped me, but I didn't have no problems with them anymore. So my mom, when I got home that night, she was like, Kaja, if you're gonna threaten somebody, threaten them in front of their face. Don't go on social media and do it. Like, you know, I don't got time for them calling me. If you're gonna threaten them in front of their face. And I was like, you're right. So we got over that and stuff like that. But my friend Paris, she had PE with Bianca, and she said they was getting papers from the table, and Bianca bumped her, and they stepped outside about to fight. But then they got called down, and they had to, like, you know, solve the issue and things like that. They wanted to stay in the school. So basically it died down from there. I believe that Paris and Kayla are back cool with her, but I never got back cool with none of them. If I see them, I'm not gonna roll my eyes, stuff like that. When I'm not cool with people anymore, they're just kind of invisible to me. I'm not gonna do anything like roll my eyes, act bothered, like, because I'm not bothered at all. If I'm not cool with you no more, I'm just not cool with you no more, baby. I'm not gonna act bothered like this, no. So yep, that's the time I almost got expelled from Banneker for threatening somebody. Can't talk. You want more story times? Let me know. Comment, like this video. Give me some suggestions of what to do next, you know. So comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, all that. It's gonna be in the exit, in the outro. I got y'all. See ya. I'm a district in the chain. Certified